I would give Luka MVP over Joker, or the other way around. I wouldn't give it to Wemby.
And where's the reigning MVP in all of this ranking with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
He's probably right below Wemby.
When you see the difference when Luka is in this type of basketball.
Not Luka.
Luka.
No, you said Luka.
Okay, Luka.
We know who we're talking about.
But when he's in this, I'm thinking Laker and Luka, all in one word. But
nice try.
Create another one.
When you see him in this type of basketball shape, what that allows him to do is to get into basketball plays.
At the most, I gotta be top 3. Everybody, is Daddy top 5 when he gets a haircut? Babe, what you think? Top 5? Top 1?
Before the 2025 season even tipped off, fans were already saying this MVP race was about to get crazy, and after just 1 month, they weren't lying. 5 stars came out swinging, turning the early part of the year into a true fight for the crown. Some of these guys might cool off later, others might turn it up even more, but right now, it's a 5-man clash that feels like history in the making. Welcome to Ballscope Channel, the spot where hoops talk actually feels real and unfiltered. Make sure to like the video, drop your take in the comments, and keep this community growing strong. When we bring up the MVP leaders, we're talking straight dominance from players who control the court like it's theirs. Victor Wembanyama, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Dončić, and Nikola Jokić are running the show like seasoned kings. Watching them this early in the season makes it tough to imagine anyone else catching up, and if a new name somehow pushes into the top 3, everybody would be stunned. Before we go deeper, a couple names still deserve a quick shine. First up, Victor Wembanyama. Even though he's set to miss about a month, it doesn't instantly take him out the MVP convo, but it definitely makes things complicated. Missing too many games could keep him from reaching the 65-game requirement.
I would give Luka MVP over Joker, or the other way around. I wouldn't give it to Wemby.
And where's the reigning MVP in all of this ranking with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
He's probably right below Wemby.
Now people say when they get haircuts in top 5. I'm like top 2. At the most, I gotta be top 3. Everybody, is Daddy top 5 when he gets a haircut? Babe, what you think? Top 5? Top 1?
Which is huge for award eligibility. By the end of the season, he might drop in the rankings, but right now, he's been one of the coldest players in the league. In the first month alone, Wemby has been wild, dropping 26.2 points, 12.9 boards, and leading the league in defensive rebounds like it's nothing. On top of that, he's handing out 4 assists and swatting 3.6 shots a night, which also leads the league. That's straight intimidation. He's hitting 55.8% on twos, and even though he could finish better at the rim, he's still knocking down 34.5% from deep on nearly 5 tries a game. That gives him a smooth 60.9% true shooting rate, sitting above league average while putting up 26, 13, 4, and almost 4 blocks. That's wild production for anyone. With him playing, the Spurs are 8-4, and without him, they're 3-0 with a solid win over Memphis. But that sample size is tiny, so it's hard to judge too much from it. Stat-wise, the Spurs offense has been 2.6 points better when he sits, mostly because those games turned into track meets. But defensively, it's the complete opposite. They've been 8.3 points worse without him, the biggest defensive drop of any MVP candidate right now. That gives Wemby a strong plus 5.7 net rating, showing that even this early in his career, he's shifting the whole vibe of the game when he steps on the court. Next up is Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's back putting up monster numbers like it's routine. He's averaging 31.2 points, 10.8 rebounds, and a career-high 6.8 assists, plus 1.2 blocks a night. The man is producing like he's on a mission again. Giannis is hitting a wild 64% on his 2-pointers while taking almost 18 of them a night, leading the whole league in attempts. He swapped some of that smooth mid-range rhythm for a surprising touch from deep, knocking down 50% from 3, even though he's only taking 1.4 a game. Honestly, seeing him back in that mid-range bag would look cleaner, and that 3-point clip probably won't stay that high, but it's still impressive. His true shooting is sitting at a crazy 6 66.2% comma, around 8% higher than league average, which is superstar efficiency. The Bucks are 7-7 with Giannis and just 1-1 without him, which isn't great, but the record doesn't tell the whole story. A few close losses and questionable calls had fans saying we should have had those wins, and honestly, they might not be wrong. The numbers get even nastier when you look deeper. The Bucks are an unreal 21.8 points better on offense when Giannis is on the floor. For some reason, their defense dips a bit with him out there, but early season stats can be tricky, and that offensive gap is still one of the biggest impacts in the league. Overall, Giannis sits at a +21 net rating swing. That's just ridiculous. He's still a force every single night, but the MVP debate around him is messy this season. I didn't pick him as my preseason favorite, mostly because I figured Milwaukee wouldn't need him to carry them the same way he has in past years. I thought this season might feel more like LeBron's 2018 run, big individual numbers, but with a stronger crew behind him. But with other stars dropping wild stats and stacking better records, Giannis might fall a bit in the MVP chase, even though the Bucks feel better than their record shows. If they heat up, he can jump right back into the race without hesitation. Next up, we've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the smoothest scorer in the league right now. Some fans joke and call him everyone's favorite flopper, but the truth is there's nothing fake about what he's doing this season. Shai is putting up 31.9 points, 6.7 assists, 5.1 rebounds, 1.5 steals, and a strong 0.9 blocks per game, which is wild for a guard. He's cashing in 59% of his twos while taking 14 a night, and he's knocking down 38.5% from three on almost 6 attempts. That's elite efficiency from all over the court. Last year, he had moments where his three ball looked legit, but it didn't carry into the playoffs. If this version of his jumper stays alive, he becomes almost impossible to guard because everyone already knows his mid-range game is smooth and his drives to the rim are near unstoppable. With a steady three-point shot now in his bag, Shai is scoring at all three levels, and that's a nightmare for any defense trying to slow him down. His true shooting is at a wild 66%, about 7.7% higher than league average, and dropping nearly 32 a night at that efficiency is superstar territory. What really pushes him even higher in the MVP race is the Thunder's record, 15 wins and just 1 loss, which is the kind of start that turns heads fast. The Thunder's only loss came by 2 points to Portland, and outside of that, they've been straight crushing teams all month long. Their point differential is one of the highest in league history, and somehow they even topped their own mark from last season by 2 extra points. That's wild domination for a squad this young. Some people keep saying he's not even finishing full fourth quarters, so this must be a super team, but that's not really accurate at all. When Shai sits, OKC's offense falls off a cliff, dropping to a 106 rating, which shows how much he holds everything together. But when he's on the court, they turn into a machine, jumping up by 20.6 points offensively. That's a massive swing and a clear sign of how much he drives this entire team. Defensively, they're about 5.9 points worse with him out there, which is surprising, but it's still early in the season, and it's nothing that ruins the overall picture. Shai is rocking a plus 14.7 net rating, which is elite no matter how you slice it. And when you mix that with how strong the Thunder have looked, it's getting really tough for anyone to argue against him being one of the top MVP favorites right now. Luka Dončić is leading the league in scoring, dropping 34.6 a night, and unless injuries slow him down, it's hard to imagine anyone catching him for the scoring title this year. On top of that, he's averaging 9 assists, 8.5 rebounds, and almost 2 steals per game, which might end up being one of his best defensive years ever.
When you see the difference when Luka is in this type of basketball.
Luka, not Luka.
Luka.
No, you said Luka.
Okay, Luka.
We know who he's talking about.
But when he's in this, I'm thinking Laker and Luka, all in one word. But
Nice try.
Create another one.
When you see him in this type of basketball shape, what that allows him to do is to get into basketball plays.
So Luka Dončić has played 260 minutes, has scored 260 points.
He's a point a minute.
Only one guy has been a point-a-minute guy for an entire season, and that's Wilt in 1961-62.
Great guy. At some point, he will be the man, the Lone Star man in L.A. But can they get it done this year? I don't know. Can they make it to the Western Conference Final? A lot of ifs have to happen, but he's playing great. Austin Reeves is playing great. They found a way to win with, the King not being there. But the question is, when they're all said and done, you know, when they're all healthy, when everybody's playing at the top level, can they be a noise in the Western Conference? And my answer is I don't think so, but maybe.
Inside the arc, Luka's finishing has been elite, hitting 61.7% on twos, an insane number for a guard. From outside though, it's been a mixed bag. He's launching more threes than anyone in the league, nearly 11 per game, but he's only hitting 31.7% of them. You'd hope that number climbs, or at least that he starts picking cleaner looks from deep, because that's basically been the story with Luka's jumper for years. When the three ball is falling, he's untouchable. When it isn't, defenses are totally fine letting him fire away, because once he steps inside the arc, everything turns into an automatic bucket. And speaking of automatic, someone really needs to pull the numbers on how many mid-range and one plays Luka gets. Every night he's getting fouled on some wild off-balance one-hand floater from around 12 feet, and it still drops in like nothing happened. It's crazy how often he makes those tough shots look normal. His true shooting percentage is at 61.7%, about 3.4% above league average, and that matches his career best. Leading the league in scoring while being more efficient than average puts him in elite company. Add his near triple-double production, and you've got one of the most complete offensive seasons anyone has seen in a long time. The Mavericks are 8-3 with Luka and 3-1 without him, showing they can still compete when he sits. A big part of that is Austin Reeves stepping up whenever Luka's out. When Luka plays, Dallas is 9.1 points better offensively and 1.7 points worse defensively, which balances out to a strong plus 7.4 net rating. Overall, Luka's on-off numbers aren't bad at all, even if they're not as huge as some of the other MVP contenders. Wemby's in that same zone, but guys like Jokić, Shai, and Giannis are sitting way closer to plus 20 swings, which is wild. Still, Luka's raw production has been so outrageous that even with the smaller impact split, he's planted firmly in the MVP mix and could climb even higher if the Mavs keep stacking wins. Now let's get into Nikola Jokić, the one guy people keep trying to slide out of the MVP picture, but who keeps walking right back into the conversation like the whole league belongs to him. Every year, fans and analysts claim they're tired of the Jokić MVP narrative, and every year he quietly shows up and puts together another season you simply can't ignore. He doesn't talk a lot, he doesn't chase flashy highlights, he doesn't move like someone begging for attention.
I'd probably vote for Joker for MVP.
Not Wemby either?
No.
Jeez.
Hell no. I like
Is San Antonio in your top four?
Oh, what do you mean? Hell no.
Who's your,
his point is
not against Luka and Joker. He's not MVP.
Then who's your top four? You got OKC,
Yes.
Denver. Who's three?
Rockets.
And then
Probably the Lakers.
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because man, what the Joker's doing. You know, the one thing about sports that we just taking this dude for granted, man. He is the best basketball player in the world. You just going out there getting easy triple doubles every day, and he ain't getting them fluky 10 points, 10 rebounds, 11. He get like 25, 16, and 17.
I agree. Everything you're saying about the Joker is good, but don't discredit what Wemby is doing.
I'm not discrediting what Wemby's doing.
I mean,
All I'm
the
saying
record is the same right now.
Do you think
his impact is the same. His impact on winning is the same.
He's playing. He's playing
a
out
joke.
of this world right now.
Wemby's playing great, but he's not.
The record is similar, Chuck.
No, they're not the same animal, brother.
Bro, San Antonio's 8-2 and Denver is 8-2.
Yeah,
But his impact on winning
I mean,
yes,
is the exact same.
But I'm
as
saying,
Joker's.
if you had to take MVP right now, which is way too early, you'd go.
That's how you're talking about them, though.
Joker and
You
Luka.
like this. They're not like this.
Hey,
here,
I'm not
they're not like
disrespecting
this.
Wemby.
Okay.
But hey,
Okay, yeah, give me the hand signal like he just gave me.
yeah.
Where are they?
Where are they?
well, Joker, Luka, and Wemby.
You tripping.
You're tripping.
But once you look at the box score, it's pure chaos in the best way possible. This season started slow by his standards, which would still be great for most players. In October, he looked almost human, averaging around 20 points on 13 shots a night, just cruising through the early part of the schedule. But the moment November hit, it was like he flipped a switch and said, yeah, let me remind everybody who really runs this league. Since then, Jokić has been unreal. He's averaging 29.1 points, 13.2 rebounds, the most in the league, league, and 11.1 assists, also leading the league. On top of that, he's getting 1.6 steals and nearly a block every night, which just adds another layer to his dominance. His efficiency is off the charts. He's hitting 65.7% on twos while taking almost 17 of them per game, and a clean 40% from 3 and nearly 5 attempts. There's nobody else in the NBA who mixes scoring, playmaking, versatility, and efficiency at this level. His true shooting percentage is sitting at a ridiculous 73.6%, about 16 full points above league average. That number is almost unreal for someone dropping this kind of volume. Averaging close to a 30-point triple-double with that efficiency shouldn't even be possible, but he's doing it like it's regular business. And it's not empty numbers. Everything he does directly leads to winning. After that slow October, his November run has been historic. He's averaging 34 a night now, which is 13.6 more than he averaged the month before, and he's doing it with only 6 more shot attempts. That kind of scoring jump without losing efficiency shows exactly how unstoppable he is when he decides it's takeover time. When Jokić gets into that rhythm, defenses have no answer, no counter, no plan. It's just survival mode for them. On the team side, Denver is rolling again. They're 11-3 overall and 7-1 in November, with their only loss this month being a tight 3-point game against Chicago. And the advanced numbers say everything you need to know. When Jokić is on the court, the Nuggets are 19.4 points better offensively and 2.7 points better defensively. That adds up to a massive plus 22.2 net rating, one of the strongest marks in the entire NBA. His presence literally changes the whole flow of the game the moment he checks in. I've said this for years, and I'll keep saying it. Jokić is the best player in basketball, and I was calling that long before he even won a championship. People who say he's a bad defender just aren't watching the games. He may not send shots flying like Wemby or Giannis, but his timing, positioning, and pure basketball IQ turn him into an elite defensive anchor every single night. And on offense, he's basically a full system by himself. Denver's whole operation runs through him like a point guard trapped in a center's body. His vision, his touch, and his patience make everything look effortless, like he's out there conducting a symphony while everyone else is sprinting around. He controls the pace of the game better than anyone in the league, and honestly, the only player who can even stand next to him in pure offensive brilliance is Steph Curry. That's the level he's on right now. I understand the whole idea of voter fatigue. Fans and media always want something new, but Jokic's numbers this season are way too wild to ignore. Points, assists, rebounds, efficiency, team wins. In every single category, he's either leading or sitting right next to the top. The Nuggets are once again one of the best squads in the West, and Jokić is the engine behind every single win they pick up. As much as people want a fresh face in the MVP convo, it's becoming clear that Jokić isn't just part of the conversation, he is the conversation. Right now, nobody in the league is playing better basketball than Nikola Jokić. We're watching Jokić at his absolute peak, and it feels like we're seeing one of the greatest offensive players to ever touch the court. Even if someone doesn't want to call him the greatest ever, he's easily in that top 4 group with MJ, LeBron, and Steph. But honestly, he might be number 1 when you really look at his control of the game. He scores whenever he wants, he reads defenses like a computer, and he elevates everybody around him without breaking a sweat. This season, he looks sharper and more locked in than he did in any of his MVP years. His passing touch, his scoring efficiency, his decision making, everything is on another level. He's putting up numbers that don't even feel real, and this might go down as one of the best offensive seasons in NBA history. Now, that doesn't automatically guarantee another MVP trophy. Denver's record could shift and his stats might level out a bit, but even if his true shooting dips slightly, nobody is matching his impact right now. If the season ended today, Jokić is my MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the runner-up, and Luka Dončić lands in 3rd. Giannis and Wemby are still in the mix too, although Wemby missing time could slow things down for him. Honestly, this top 5 might be one of the greatest we've ever seen. The only MVP race that feels this stacked was back in 1988 with Bird, Magic, Jordan, Hakeem, and Barkley. This year's group, Jokić, Shai, Luka, Giannis, and Wemby, feels just as legendary. We're witnessing something special this season, and this MVP race might end up being one of the greatest in NBA history, with Jokić leading the charge once again. What do you think? Does Jokić really deserve the MVP right now, or are Shai and Luka making a serious push? I want to hear your take in the comments because this debate is getting wild. Thanks so much for watching and sticking around. It really means a lot. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to BallScope for more crazy NBA moments and deep dives. There's plenty more drama and breakdowns waiting for you on the channel. See you in the next video.